Hey everybody, it's Skylar and I'm back with another pregnancy update video. Phone sliding all over the place. This time is the 28-week pregnancy update video where I'll be sharing with you the side effects / symptoms of my third pregnancy and the 28th week. If you do not know me, I have two other children. I have a girl who's 5, her name is Lexus, and I have a boy who is 3, and his name is Bentley. So this is my third pregnancy. I'm actually 29 weeks and 2 days today, but I have been, if you haven't watched before, then you may not know this. If you have, I've already said this, but I have been behind on posting videos, and I'll share with you why whenever I go into the side effects, symptoms, whatever, of the 28th week. So you're going to be seeing the 29-week belly shot in this video, but I'm trying to catch up. I'm just doing everything I can right now just to like stay afloat. And so I'm going to go ahead and go into like the signs and symptoms, and whenever we talk about movement, then I will insert a clip of some baby movement that I actually recorded, which is really cute. It wasn't like a whole lot of movement, but it will definitely show you like how hard that she kicks and how my stomach looks, which is super weird. It's like there's an alien in there. I'll just never get over how weird it is to see movement of a belly with a baby inside of a belly. I actually also had my 30-week ultrasound yesterday, which, you know, I'm 29 weeks, but that's just the way that it was scheduled. And so did like a growth scan and stuff, and I'll be talking about that in the next video, the 29-week update. Not this video, but definitely subscribe if you are not subscribed already. Don't miss that video. I might be able to insert some ultrasound footage in that video also. So let's get on with the signs / symptoms of pregnancy, side effects, or whatever. I don't even know what I'm talking about in the 28th week of pregnancy. So I will have to ask you, forgive me for my nervous spinning in my chair, for my out of breath, my breathlessness, for my stopping a couple times, because I've just got a lot going on right now in my body, obviously, but I'm having a lot of bad symptoms this week, and I'm just having a really hard time like doing anything. So number one, you know, breathlessness, I said that. When you get this far into your pregnancy, that's pretty normal all the time, even if you're not like walking or exercising. Just talking gets you out of breath. She's actually moving right now so hard that it hurts. So there's that. And then last video, the 27-week update, I shared with you that I felt like my blood sugar might be off or something, because I feel so ravenously hungry and nothing helps, and it just feels like my blood sugar is constantly low or high or something. And I've been trying to eat relatively healthy, but it just seems like nothing really helps. I'm just always feeling bad. I think I know why. Now, honestly, I think the morning sickness is coming back. And they say that sometimes it's first trimester morning sickness, and then in the second trimester it kind of goes away depending on how your pregnancy is going. Some people are just sick all the time. And then third trimester, sometimes it comes back, which with my pregnancies, this is my third. So I had a girl, then a boy, then this is a girl. So I know with my daughter, I was a lot more sick more often than I was with my son's pregnancy. And then with this pregnancy, it seems to be the same way, where the morning sickness is more prominent in this pregnancy than it was with my boy pregnancy, which is kind of weird, but I've heard that from a lot of people. So I think the morning sickness is coming back. I'm starting to feel like I have to eat all the time, or I feel like sick, or hot flash, or stomach doesn't feel right, queasy, just kind of gross. Another one is just exhaustion. This is something else that I want to talk about. The exhaustion also is from, and I'm getting hot right now. Like I just I just ate, excuse me. I've got heartburn too, and like extreme burps, which is disgusting, but I mean, when we're talking about pregnancy, your body changes and it's pretty disgusting. Oh, it's so hot. But the exhaustion is what I was talking about. I just feel, and I talked to my doctor about this yesterday, I feel such an intense need, and I'm going to have to switch my phone here so I can have my water because it's standing up on my water and I'm about to throw up if I don't drink this water, and I'm being 100% serious. I talked to my doctor about this yesterday, but I have had this extreme need to nest. And when, like, if you don't know about nesting, if you've never been pregnant before, or like you're a dude, or you've never had nesting before, nesting is this intense urge, sometimes comes with like this burst of energy that comes from nowhere that just seems like inhuman sometimes, because you're like going and doing all this stuff, and like the things that you're focusing on is like this intense need to make sure everything's clean, make sure everything's organized, make sure you have like food for your family, make sure the baby room is done, everything's washed, everything's ready to go, as if your baby was coming home like right now, and you have to like clean like your life depended on it. And it doesn't just like have only to do with you and your baby. It also has a lot to do with if you have other kids. It has a lot to do with your other kids also, like just making sure that they're taken care of. Like if you go to the store and you see like all these cute baby clothes and you're nesting really bad and you're like, oh my gosh, I really want to get this, I want to get this and this, and then you just like freak out because you feel like you need all this stuff, or you just see all this stuff that's so cute. But then like you remember, okay, I'm in this store, I also need to get trash bags for the house because we're almost out. I also need to stock up on toilet paper before the baby comes. I also need to get a pair of shoes for my son, or like something that your family has been needing. Not just you and your baby, but just making sure that your whole family's taken care of, and your motherly instinct and nurturer really kicks in. They say that it kicks in the third trimester period, but a lot of the time it's right before delivery when it's the worst, which, like I said, I'm today 29 weeks 2 days, so we're not quite there yet where it's like delivery time, but I've been nesting so bad that it's been causing a problem, and I don't know why. Like I can't sleep, I can't do anything. All I'm focusing on is trying to get this house clean. All the mess bothers me, all the clutter bothers me. There's so much to do, and I feel like there's so little time, but I know that if I don't go into labor before 39 weeks, I'm going to be induced at 39 weeks. Because of the sizes of my children that were born in the past. Like my daughter was 10 pounds, my son was 9 pounds, and I have not done a cesarean. I've done a vaginal delivery, so my doctor doesn't want the babies to get to like 11 pounds before they're born, so I've been induced. The last 2 pregnancies, 39 weeks with my daughter, 38 weeks with my son. 38 weeks only with my son because we had some complications we were concerned with and just wanted to get him out and like make sure everything was good. There was low amniotic fluid and some other complications. But with this one, forgive me for relaxing. I know this camera view isn't great, but I just feel so sick. But with this one, he said 39 weeks was a good option. Probably don't need to go to 40 or 41 weeks because of the size and the fact that it could wind up being an emergency C-section if the baby was too big and couldn't fit through the pelvic area. My daughter, who was 10 pounds, got trapped in my hips and they had to jump on top of me to get her out. But once they did that, she came out pretty smoothly. I did have to have an episiotomy with her. That was not fun. So we were trying to avoid that. So with all that being said, I really only have less than 10 weeks left if I don't go into labor earlier than that. So the fact that there's less than 10 weeks left makes me feel like panicked. Makes me feel like I don't have enough time to do everything that I want to do, because I know how long it takes to declutter an entire home and how long it takes to do anything when you're pregnant because you're so tired, and how long it takes to do anything when you already have 2 other toddlers or school-age children. Like, I don't know what to call my daughter because she's 5. She's not really a toddler anymore, but she just turned 5, so I'm not used to her not being a toddler, but it's just really hard to get anything done in a quick amount of time. In my last pregnancy, which was my son, I felt like nothing was ready. Nothing was clean. My dishes were everywhere. I did not have the energy to do anything, and I had such an irritable uterus at that point that I felt like I was going to contract all the time and like go into labor early. I actually went to the hospital a couple of times for contractions, and they wound up being Braxton Hicks, but I've had to like pull my stomach up because literally I just feel so hot and I don't want to take off my sweater, and everything is just miserable. And I say that it's not that I'm not thankful that I'm pregnant. I'm so thankful to be having a baby. It's just today and yesterday I felt horrible, and the end of pregnancy is really hard. You just feel like you just want to sleep all the time and you don't want to do anything. But if I don't do anything, then nothing is going to be done, obviously, to my standard. And like I said, last pregnancy, felt like nothing was done, nothing was prepared. You're probably going to see my stomach moving in this video if you watch. But I felt like nothing was prepared. I felt awful, like anxiety because of that. And after he was born and we brought him home, the fact that the dishes weren't done, the fact that there was nothing done and everything was cluttered, it just bothered me so much. It was more stressful. And then with my daughter, yes, I was nesting and I did things. I don't know if you can see her, but she's right here. Yes, I was nesting and, I did things before it was time to be induced. But I felt like I didn't, oh my gosh, it hurts. Movement hurts. I felt like I did not do everything that I could soon enough, because when I found out that we were going to be induced at 39 weeks, it was like 37 or 38 weeks when we talked about that. And it might have even been 38 weeks at our 38-week appointment, because you go weekly. I think it's like 36 to 40 weeks or however long your pregnancy lasts, you go weekly. And that's when they do like cervical checks and things like that. Here comes a contraction. I feel like she just kicks me so hard that like somehow it just becomes a contraction. Anyway, so when we went to that appointment, they were like, okay, I think I begged him, actually, my doctor, to induce me the next week because I was so miserable. It was in the middle of August, and I was like 200 pounds. Like, I had gained so much weight, but it was all in the belly area, and I don't know where it went. Like, some of it was in my thighs, but not very much. You could barely tell a difference, but it was mainly in the belly area. And he said 8 or 9 pound baby, and I'm like, no. Like, she weighs so much that I can't breathe. Like, I cannot breathe. I felt like I was dying. Like, all I could do at the end was just lay around. But finally, whenever we were told that we were going to be induced, like, I think, my appointment was the 39-week appointment, so it was going to be that next week. And I think they said, like, they would call us with a day because they had to figure out, like, a time. And so I just knew that it was going to be that next week. Well, it wound up being like a Monday or a Wednesday that next week. But I was trying to I think it was going to be for a Wednesday, but they had an opening that Monday. So I actually didn't have 2 days that I thought I was going to have to do all this stuff that I wanted to do to get ready and like clean and things like that. But there was just so much to do that it was like humanly impossible for me to do it all. So I didn't get everything done. and that bothered me. And so now with this pregnancy, my entire point on this super long, rambling sentence has been to just explain that with this pregnancy, I just don't want it to end up like the other two. I don't want it to end up where I feel like nothing is done, or not everything that I wanted to get done is done, and I don't want to feel unprepared. I don't want to feel anxiety. I don't want to come home to a house that has like a speck of dirt on it. Like, I just, whenever I am nesting, I just want everything to be completely spotless. But here's the thing. If I clean all this stuff now, I'm just going to have to clean it again, because I'm not due until November 30th, and today's September 16th. So, I don't know. I just wonder, you know, obviously you can upkeep your home to a certain extent, but it's really hard when you have young children. And being pregnant, it's just exhausting. You can't go and do like you would if you were not pregnant. So, I mean, yeah, I can upkeep, but some of the stuff is going to have to be redone. So I'm trying to focus on the things that are like deep cleaning that, ouch, will mainly stay done for a while. I think I'm sitting wrong. I'm going to have to move. Do you see this movement? I'm like watching it in the camera and I cannot believe it. Yeah, crazy. But I'm trying to focus on those things that, you know, can stay done for a while, because my list is so impossible that I know if I started it any later than I'm starting it, then I'm not going to be able to get it all done. And I do not like that feeling. I'm overwhelmed. I feel extremely stressed. And I'm exhausted, so I feel like I can't do anything that I want to do. I'm struggling with, like, feeling like I need to work to make money, but feeling like I can't physically. I'm still working, but not as much. And feeling like obligated to pick up shifts, but I just feel like I can't. So pregnancy has been really hard the third time for me. I'm very blessed, I'm very thankful, very grateful to be able to have this opportunity to grow a child inside of me and birth a probably healthy child. So far, she's healthy. Very, very blessed, because not everyone can do that. I even have family members who can't. But I've just been struggling so much. This is real talk, this video. I just don't know how to deal with it. If you have any tips on like nesting without breaking your back, or nesting without like feeling so exhausted that you're contracting and you can't do anything else for the rest of the day, or for the next 2 days after that, please let me know. I mean, I just don't know what to do. I feel like I'm overworking myself. I feel like everything has to be done right now or I'm going to freak out. I've even made a list of things that I need to do now and things that need to wait, or things that I need to do or that I just want to do, and if I don't get everything done, trying to convince myself that it's not worth panicking about. But it's just so hard, especially when you feel an overwhelming sense of this nesting that makes you feel like you need to take care of your entire family and yourself and your baby, but you can't take care of yourself if you're running yourself to death. So that's what I've been dealing with this past week, really the past 2 or 3 weeks, is just feeling anxiety over trying to get things done that I don't feel like I'm going to be able to get accomplished. I just want everything to be sparkly. I want everything to be sparkly clean, and I feel like that's impossible. So, life update on that. I'm going to go ahead and insert the movement clip that's close up that I did right here. So I'm gonna stand up and show you the belly shot, which is actually 29 weeks, but I'm sure by the time I get to the next video, I'll be 30 weeks, and then showing you, you know, my belly at 30 weeks, but it's a 29-week pregnancy update, so whatever. I'm just trying my best right now. Okay, humongous, pretty much a basketball. So yeah, that's me right now, just feeling huge. But thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. I'm so sorry if this seems negative. That's just how I feel right now. This is just a real raw video. So thanks for being nice. Thanks for your support, your prayers, your comments. Like I say every video, I'll eventually get around to replying to them that I can reply to. But I'm just trying to do what needs to be done right now. Just trying to focus on that first. I'm honestly struggling doing these updates because it takes time out of me doing something else that I could be doing that needed to be done first, which, you know, I'm gonna look back on these videos and be glad that I did them, but I just feel like they're not as important as some of the other things. And I'm not trying to be like rude and hateful to viewers or anything, but that's just how my brain is working right now. Like, I want to do the most important thing, and then I want to do this in line of what's the most important. And it's just really hard, and it's hard to categorize what's important and what's not important. And so the 25 minutes or so that I took out of my day to do this video isn't that big of a deal, like at all, but to my brain it is. So I've been struggling with, like, when is a good time for me to do this, because I have this thing that I need to do, and I have this thing that I need to do. I need to go to work, and I need to do this, I need to clean this, and I need to do that. So forgive me, I'm trying my best. But I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching and putting up with me.